Hi, Shawna here with an Ask Shawna answer. Okay, this question here is from Melissa, and she says, my horse is terrified of water hoses or any kind of hose. How can I help him be less afraid? This is one of the DVDs I'm going to make because this is kind of a common problem and it's not that hard to fix. So what I would suggest doing is, it's a basic desensitization process. It's a despooking exercise, really. So what I would just do is figure out where can the hose be? I mean, I don't even know if it's, some horses just don't like the hose. They think it's a snake on the ground. Some horses don't like the water. They don't like the water touching them. There's a lot of components to them that they might not like. So I just start where the hose is far away and let them kind of get used to the hose being around them and moving around them. And what you want to look for, even as you start to do any of the training and utilizing the positive reinforcement, you want to look for relaxation. Relaxation is the biggest thing ever. I mean, it should be a part of everything we do. I don't care if it's pee off. I don't care if it's a sliding stop. I don't care if it's spins or jumping a 5-foot jump. Relaxation is going to make all of that much better and much nicer. So I think that by building that in as we first start with the training and look for relaxation, reinforce relaxation, we will get an attitude that when they think, oh, I'm going to do that training that I love, because of course we know they just love it, I mean, they do. When you start using positive reinforcement, they are all in. They're thinking, what can I do to work this out? So what you start doing is saying what you can do is relax. And you'll see them kind of go, okay, and you'll start to see more and more relaxation. So then as you start to have the hose outside, and I want to find out where is the hose comfortable for them, and at what point does it turn where it's too close to them and it's uncomfortable. So if, let's say, it can get within 6 feet of them and they're pretty good, but if it gets closer to the 6 feet, or maybe if it's behind them or ahead of them or whatever it might be, you want to start where it's going to be the most comfortable for them. We want them to be comfortable with it, and maybe even need a friend at first to kind of just drag a hose back and forth if it's the hose portion that is scary for them, and desensitize them to that. So start outside of that threshold where it's not going to be a worry for them. They're still comfortable at it. So you figure out where that point is and you drag that hose back and forth a bit. And if you kind of might see them, if we've kept it out far enough, you may see a little like this. If you see more than this, and it needs to go way back further. Because the point where I see, this is where it doesn't matter and it's nervous. This is what it looks like. It looks like this. That to me says, this is the point that it's worrying them. They're not dancing, they're not moving, they're not super big-eyed, but they're going, what is that? And when they're got, what is that thing? And they're aware of it and they're looking at, I think, okay, this is a point. This is where we got to start. So we need to build the reinforcement at this level. So having your friend drag it back and forth, staying at that level. And as you see them, kind of at first might be a little like, what's happening over there? At some point you're going to go, okay, it's nothing happening. Soon as you see them start to go, to either take their focus off of it or relax a little bit. Sometimes you see it in the jaw, you'll see it in the eyes, you see it in the ear, the neck position, the head position, whatever you see, the shoulder tenseness, whatever you start to see him kind of go, yeah, that's all right. That click right there. You want to click on the action of relaxing. So if you tell them yes, because remember that the click tells them yes, what you're doing right now is what I like. So essentially gone, yes, that just earned you a reward. So pretty soon they're looking for, and they realize relaxation is part of it. So you want to click on the action you want to see more of. And you want the act of relaxation or relaxing. So as you kind of see them go, all right, you want to click right there. And they goes, oh, okay, well, that was good. And then pretty soon he's going to realize, the quicker I relax, the quicker I can get reinforced. So that's what I would do for that. And then slowly bring it closer and closer and closer. Don't bring it closer until you completely have them relaxed at the step before. So don't bring it a foot closer until they're completely nonplussed by the hose being at that level. And then bring it in like a foot. And they may go up again a little bit and just kind of keep moving it back and forth until it kind of starts to relax. And you can spread this out over lots of little sessions. At least 2 right now. It's winter time and a lot of people aren't hosing. But, it depends on where you are and if you're in a barn or you have heat or water, but anyway. But so just build that up so he gets kind of used to that portion of it. Okay, so now let's say now we can move the hose all around him and we can drag it all around him and he's all good with that part. Now it's time to turn it on. Now, a lot of times what I'll do is I'll take off the spray gun, so it's not spraying, it's just hosing, and turn it on very low pressure, and get it so that the water isn't touching them at first, so that it is not that sensation, it's not a tactile feeling sensation, but they can just get used to this, seeing it and hearing it. So they're getting desensitized to that part. Remember, we're still looking for relaxation, so figure out where's that threshold, where is it comfortable, and where does it change to nervous. So get it to right to that point, And as you kind of see, as you start seeing relax, click and reinforce, bring it up a little closer and around and move around just like you did by getting the hose. Then turn the pressure up a little bit more. And then eventually what I start doing is taking it to a place where they're probably going to be most comfortable. And that will probably be around their feet. And so what I'd start doing is they're comfortable and I can have the hose around them. And as it gets closer, it's going to start, you know, kind of splashing on them a little bit. And look for relaxation with that. If that's going good, you know, then I'd start to hose a leg and click and reinforce that. So just building up slowly, and then move up the leg and move up the leg and move up to the shoulder. Take it slow, do it over lots of days. Let them process, give them breaks in between. And remember, when this is something that is so nerve-wracking for them, it is tense and it is pressure for them. So one of the big things you can do to reinforce them outside of giving them a carrot is to or whatever you want to use, or, you know, hay pellets or whatever, is to take it away and say, okay, that's all you had to do today. You just had to be still for this, you know, for a minute, and that was all you had to do, and that's great. And reinforce them and let them process. If we go over it and over it and over it and over it, we're just drilling it. I've had the most success by doing, I start off with really tense stuff like 3-minute sessions, 5-minute sessions, building up to like 10-minute sessions, and letting that be and letting them process that information and come back a while later so they get to build up a good, positive, strong reinforcement history with being hosed. At this point in time, he doesn't know what it is. He doesn't like it, doesn't want anything to do with it. So for him, he just thinks it's all bad. I don't know what it is, but I don't want to find out. So he right now doesn't have a good reinforcement history with the hose. He looks at it and that association is, I hate that thing. I don't know why, but I hate it. And what we're going to do, so their scale's out of whack. A lot of weight on the side that says, hate that thing, stay away from it, keep it away from me, I'm going to panic. But pretty soon, every time we get a chance to reinforce it, we've just put a weight on this side of the scale. And pretty soon, they're going to like to be hosed. So we'll have more weight on this side of the scale. So he sees it coming, has a choice to make. He goes, okay, relaxation, that's good. And he will get bolder and calmer and better about other things too. It's just a byproduct of the despooking exercises. They're kind of like team building exercises. They just build trust, boldness, and confidence. So what you're going to start to see is more boldness and more confidence in other things as well. But as he starts to make those decisions, you're realizing now the reinforcement history is stronger with relaxing with this new strange object. And if you have warm water available to you, when you're just spraying it out on the side, it doesn't have to be warm water. And as you start to build the pressure up, but as soon as it starts to hit him, if you can get it to be warm water, it will be it will make it less shocking for him, so it'll be more comfortable for him. Another thing that helps sometimes is before I even start to let it splash on them, sometimes I'll take a sponge, if they're comfortable with this, a sponge, and wet their legs a little bit so they're already wet. So it's not completely a foreign sensation of a cold thing hitting them, but they're already kind of wet, so it's a little bit more of the same. So you kind of have to gauge if they're comfortable with that part too. But in no time, well, I would do lots of repetitions, so slow over time, but just short little sessions. And before you know it, he's going to be calm and relaxed and just an angel about being hosed. Anyway, so Melissa, I hope this helps you out. If you have more questions, because that was a big, broad question, there's a lot of elements to it, don't hesitate to get back to me. Also, be watching, because in probably in the next 2 or 3 months, I'll be making a hosing DVD. So if you're still wanting more at that point in time, hosing, bathing, and fly spray. I'm going to put that in there too. Anyway, you can look for that as well. But anyway, in the meantime, if you have any questions, always know I'm here to help you along the way. If you or anybody else has questions, please don't hesitate to go to either AskShawna.com, ShawnaKarrasch.com, or you can go to my Ask Shawna Facebook page. All right, that's it for now. So until next time, enjoy getting your horse on target.